Okay. Is this working? I'm hoping it's working. Wow, that's a really unfortunate set of events here. We're checking the audio. The audio should be loud enough. Check, check, check on the mic and microphone. Okay, we'll just boost that up. Yeah, there we go. All right, hopefully we get a few more views here, and we'll start going over. Okay, there we go. New. Right, switch laptops and actually using something called. Need to paint those intakes. Any problem doing that? I see what you're saying on the inside. No, I don't think so. You know what, Bill? That's a really good idea. I've got some silver acrylic paint that I've used on a couple planes, and that would probably, or black, I guess. Hey, would you do them in silver or black, Bill? Yeah, that's actually a really good observation. That would just add some stuff. Looks like you have a backwards. I don't think I do. Why is it dropping out? I've got plenty of bandwidth. So let's see. I'm trying something different here. I'm using YouTube's live camera stuff. So I don't know. We'll try it. Anyhow, we're playing around here. I don't have any setting controls or anything like that. It's very basic. But we'll go with it. So, and I'll do another video afterwards. We'll do a full proper production with the big camera and everything, and we'll make it good. This was me trying a live attempt. Obviously, I ran into a technical issue where my laptop kept dying on me, and it's I see what's going on. Quit. Completely. Stop, quit. Okay, that should help a little bit. Video is better. It was lagging earlier. You know what it was? Is the other laptop rebooted and fired up the old stream software again. So I'm thinking the power supply might be having issues. So I'm going to shut it down, let it charge, and see what it goes. Okay, now we'll get back to what we were doing. All right. Motion RC, is this the Motion RC that came out recently? Yes, it is. This one has been out. It's actually been out for a couple of weeks. The 64mm line, yes, it is crazy, and you know it's the logic behind it is this plane costs as much as some of my 6S batteries. So you know you've got some options. They are great for those days when you're at the field and it's a little too congested to roll out something bigger like this guy, you know, like I can't wait to go flying with this aircraft. But I mean, you know, there are days where this is going to be the right aircraft. The 64mm ones are going to be the right way to go. But this one will do me really nicely. It's almost ready to go. This is again from Freewing. It is the Hawk, and that's the 70mm. I was in there setting up some of the putting in the ductwork reinforcements, and just gotta put the wing back on, set up a few things on the radio, and it is ready to go. So I've had this one for a while, and no, I've not flown it yet. And it's just time wise and weather wise, I haven't played nice. So okay. So the jets look pretty good. I want the big A10. I looked at the A10, but the fact that you have to run two 6S5000s is a little crazy. And those batteries, the Admirals, fantastic batteries. They are like half the weight of my Zippy compacts, but they're $110 US. So that's a bit much. But if the capacity works and everything, I looked at. I've honestly been looking at a couple aircraft. There's the new A4 is nice. I'm worried about the gray. That's my hang up with the F-16 accident. That the gray won't be, it's not friendly to me. So things like the Avanti look really good. And then of course the F4, but the F4 is some serious money and seriously big jet. So you've got to have the space for it, obviously for takeoff and landings and everything. So who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But right now I've got the Hawk, and then if you've seen the last update video, the Yak, which is around the corner, and those are both ready to go. So that's still two brand new EDFs in the fleet, and they will get flown. And obviously, Chris, Mike, and I will do a nice fly together video when I get up to Ohio at the end of the month. So that'll be fun for us to fly. It was one of the things we were really pushing for, is that we wanted a common airplane for the three of us to fly against or with. And so that was kind of neat. So it's a big, nice kudos to Motion that they stepped up and said, yeah, we'll do that with you guys. So that'll be fun. We'll try not to kill him. That's what the big thing. We're gonna try not to let Mike get too close. Okay, there is still one more box after this crazy, technically glitched unveiling session. Let's see if we can put you somewhere. Yeah, right there's fine. I have one more box, and it is from our friends who make the graphene battery packs. So it's from Hobby King. If you can read the box, you'll know what it is. SlowPoke. Yeah, so there we go. Yes, the poke. I have looked at this airplane and wanted this airplane for a while now. It's just it was a little slow getting here. So we're excited about this one as well. It's my suspicion is that it's going to be one of those really nice, because it's a glass look and everything. It's going to be one of those, it's going to be one of those airplanes that just flies really nice. You throw it in the car, it's no fuss and everything. It probably is going to remind me. I'm going to say. Remind me a little bit of the Pawnee, the E-Flight, Brave Knight Pawnee, which is a fantastic airplane after I got used to it. How are we getting around the Canadian drone rules? We are following all. Oh, well, I haven't flown drones. I haven't flown my Phantom in a while. No, basically, the rules stipulate, you have your name on it, and you fly within line of sight. You don't fly over X altitude, and you respect a bunch of those coordinates. We have, we're allowed to fly in a certain spot, and that's how we're going around it. Wait, we have drone rules? Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I listened in. I sat in on a voice call a couple months ago now, and they're pushing their angles, and it's a lot of it I feel is very much related to industry, commercial end of it. So we haven't had any issues where we fly so far. So knock on wood. But I mean I've got my placard tags. I put them into each one of my airplanes when I go flying, and we watch out for the public and everything. So okay. Look at that. Look at that thing. That is awesome. Oh, gosh. All right, it's going to make a lot of noise. Another box. Come on. Woo. SlowPoke. So, I'm going to read this upside down. It is basically a 1200 millimeter wingspan, so it is a larger size Durafly, and I think the 1200 is probably just to help with it maintain everything. It's got a length of 940 millimeters. It's got a weighs in at 1380 grams. It has a 36, 48, 700 kV motor, 40 amp ESC, and spins a 12 by 8 prop, and has 4 9-gram servos. So it's your basic flyer. And here we go, without further delay, opening the sucker up. Have a look. Ooh. I love, you know what? I love that I guess I'm going to call it Durafly blue that they've been using. It's nice. It's got a nice contrast to it, and it really does show the aircraft off really well. And of course, the SlowPoke is wow, actually this is packaged pretty darn good too. Oh, look at that! It's got a board layer. Ah, nifty. Someone was thinking, look at that. Oh, you know, okay, so the box, we're getting a bit of camera glare, aren't we? Or is that just my laptop? How's the image look here? Plenty of room for a head tracking pilot, plan and tilt FPV. Yeah, that would be cool. So in the second half of the box, obviously you have the fuselage. I'm trying to tip that over enough so you can see in there. And there we go. So what I'll do is I'll extract the wing and everything. There goes all my soldering equipment. Yeah, actually it's just the hot end. Okay, so what I'll do is I will extract the fuselage, and then we'll go to this box here. So we have a little bit of nasty noise. So inside the box, you have, this was interesting. When was the last time we saw a nice wooden spar, right? Look at that. It's kind of different, kind of fun. I'm running out of spots on my bench for all these planes. Okay, so everything's taped in there really well, as we saw. So the fuse isn't going anywhere. Nice prop. Nice thick prop. So that's going to have a lot of life to it. That's good news. That's really good news. Looks like I have a good bit of wing. Yeah, they were doing some aerobatics, and of course, the wings on this aircraft are, they've got the struts, not the struts with the wires on them, so that's pretty neat to see. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's got some foam packing around it, which is pretty darn cool. In here, and that's got a plate. So we'll get that out here in a sec. There's so much tape. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's impressive, folks. I'll have to. I knocked off one of the when I yanked it. I'll glue on. I knocked off one of the motors there in the bag. It was taped. So a little glue and that'll be back to normal. There you go. Look at that thing. And the pilot. And is that a magnetic hatch? It is. I'll probably put some tape in the back. Again, 40 amp ESC, 2 servos nicely buried in there for your back controls, and obviously your 2 and your wing. I'm not sure what receiver I'm going to run in this guy. It does have the normal hard points, which is nice to see, some of the brass screws. So that is a really good thing to have. So that's you know, tail drag, and I love tail draggers. I don't know what it is, but to me, tail draggers are like the proper plane to fly. All right, the elevator. So much tape. I'm just trying to get rid of these boxes here so I can actually look at this stuff. I need another set of hands. There's another box in here. sure what's in that, but I'll open it up here in a minute. Put this down. Of course, my plane stand is being occupied. All right, I'll open up the elevator real quick. You would want to see it from factory with a Spectrum receiver, or would you run it with a Spectrum? If I run anything, I do have a couple of Spectrum receivers that I could theoretically run. It's just a simple 4-channel radio will do this airplane justice. And you get away with, well, if you got a 6, you could do your wing split. You could split the ailerons, and then you can have a little bit more control option. I'm just checking out what's in this box down here. And this is all the, okay, that's nice. So there's a little box that was in there, and that had all little accessories. Your Y harness for your ailerons, Velcro, springs, screws, and you know what? Like, look at that. They're labeled. That's a new plus for the Durafly line. That's awesome to see. So that's really good kudos to Durafly for going in that, deciding to go that way. Look at that. Nice. That's a really big sort of wings control surface too. That's a thick piece of foam for the elevators. That's nice to see. And obviously, let's have a quick look. Start extracting some of these other parts. So, one bag here's got the wing struts. I'm not going to take them out. I'm just going to free the bag from the. Well, apparently I've opened the bag. So those are for the wing struts. As you'll see in the photo, or you saw in the photo, it's it allows a little bit of tensioning and that period look, I guess, which is what they were after. This box is neat, but it takes up all of the space on the bench. Oh wow, that's all taped down really well. All right, look at that. Nice control surfaces. And like I said, thick foam, which is there's something we don't normally see on a lot of these control surfaces. So it's going to be a hardy airplane. Obviously that glues or sits down. Here, I'll put that in position. Okay, see how that goes. And I see the bottom. That sits there. That sits there. Put those together. And well, I don't want to scuff that up right now, so we'll put that aside for now. Just put those two together for the optics. Look at that. That is going to be a lot of fun to fly. I think it's going to be a very aerobatic, nice aircraft just to toss around and have some fun with. We'll look at the landing gear, and then I'll look at the wings, and I can get that whole box assembly out of the way. So they are 4-inch wheels, but they're a hard foam. So probably going to be skidding around a little bit on the harder stuff. I land on gravel and grass, so I think that'll be fine. Very much like the Pawnee, they're a pretty hard tire, so I wonder if you can get away with some, looks like it'll be fun on 6S. No 6. Got the rudder foam wheels for the Bushmill. I put them on over the weekend, and I hope it. Yeah, okay. So you're probably Skydiver Forever is probably landing the Bushmill on a harder track. I've never really had an issue with it. Of course, I've flown most of the time doing skis recently. I land the Bushmill primarily in this on grass, so I've just basically been lucky, and that's it. What I have noticed in the grass is the front gear take a little bit of a beating. I've had it to come back and retweak it, but then The Sky Mule was the same way as well. Like eventually over time, you just had to reinforce. I put a reinforcement plate, a little piece of plywood, to help the landing gear stay straight. But I didn't taxi much. It was like go. And honestly, my favorite maneuver with the Bush Mule or Sky Mule was just coming in and kind of crabbing in and just, it looked like something trying to land on an aircraft there that was way too big to be doing it, but it was such a fun airplane. And I still, one of my buddies has my Sky Mule now, and I still think the Sky Mule could fly slower than the Bush Mule. What I do with the Bush Mule is I drop the flaps and I open the back cargo door, and that just gives me, it makes it dirty enough and just come by at as slow as possible speed. I've not tried it on 3S though, which would be kind of interesting. My Sky Mule was more custom though. It was a kit, and so I had my own motors in there. 1,000 kV motors running some 9-inch props. Used to run 10-inch props, and then I cooked the ESCs, so I had to scale it back a bit. All right, wings. So nice double sheet of foam between the wings for transport. Just tape. This stuff is stuck to everything. Wow. Okay. Whew. Let's toss this stuff out of the way. So that's saying it was a sleeve. So that's kind of neat. They put a shelf basically in the box, so the fuselage was underneath, well protected, and they had this upper structure which had the wing and everything. So someone's thinking when it comes to box design. So there was basically almost no foam inside the box. So I'm wondering if that reduces the shipping costs and the production cost and everything. Yeah. Holy cow, wing cord. Yes, I agree. Hold on. I'll 12 inches. That's a 1-foot wing cord on that bad boy, and it's got some mass behind it too. So obviously, with the spar section, it's going to have a nice bit of dihedral in it. So look at that's a hefty wing. Look at that. Nice piece of kit. Nice. I'm going to put the two of them together. Slide together. I'm not going to do any assembly, obviously, like I said, but I'll slide them together. We'll get an idea of what it is, and then I'm going to call it quits because it's almost 10 o'clock, but this was just me experimenting and seeing if the live stream was worthwhile doing. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I will do proper assembly and review videos and talk about them, but I want to know what, if the live stream thing was a viable option. Try it out again. So there's your 9-gram servos. This is looking like quite the airplane. It's only got 4 screws, so if you do need to break it down for transport, I think it wouldn't be too bad. You just have to, rethread everything every time you take it apart. All right, I might not have got a spar exactly in the right spot, but how does that receive on the bottom? I think it's clipped. What am I going to need in the pilot? It's got a bit of a stash going on. Actually, look at that! Look at the detail in the cockpit. They even went as far as see if I can get this thing into the light. It's kind of weird. Everything's inverted. Look at that. They did their job. They did their homework and made this thing interesting. So the wing does have a little bit of receiver clip in the front, so that's where everything goes. And then you line that guy up, and that fits in, and you shove the servo wires up through the bottom. And then obviously the landing gear has a spot to click in. And we're gold. So I will fix that motor cowl piece that I popped off. Screw that in. And when I assemble this, I will have the loving the light. French Canadian. Oh gosh, no. Sorry, not very French Canadian. Martin is more French Canadian than I am. Oh boy, that's got a good magnet in it. Just to give you an idea of how big this thing is once assembled. Pull that through, pull that through. Line those guys up. Oh, not all the way down. Shove it in nice and soft. Come on. All right. Yeah. Woohoo! Look at that. There we go. This is going to be really cool. The mustache. I think he's awesome. I think he looks better than the T28 guy, right? You know, he just looks grumpy. So there you go. Really quickly, I will assemble this guy tomorrow evening and Luigi. Look at that. That's not bad. So that's a good night, eh? There's SlowPoke, Thunderchief, and of course the PT-15. So not bad. All aircraft will get assembled and put through, and we will have a little bit more fun as we go along. Thanks for tuning in for the live stream. I probably won't save these on the channel because it doesn't make any sense for that. But I will endeavor to improve the technology I use. Hey, how's the audio sync now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that better using this way or versus the other one? And I will give my poor laptop a thorough checking. Maybe the battery's finally given out. It's an old machine. So, okay, folks, it is now like almost 10 after 10 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to shut down for the evening. Thank you for tuning in. And way better now. Thank you, Bill. I will probably go and continue using it. This is YouTube bypassing any of the studio. So all I did was put my camera into my laptop, which is sitting over here, and ran my microphone and gizmo into it, and there we go. Okay, good to know. We'll do this again very soon. I do have to set up the ME-109s. Okay, so talking about maiden flights, I have, real quick, this weekend, I have to, obviously, this guy gets to go flying. This guy gets to go flying. I'm probably going to try and get my 2 EDFs going. I want to get at least one of the ME-109s going, and obviously the 2 new smaller 64mm EDFs. So there's lots to do, lots to set up. I still got those wings I need to finish and everything. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks as I get ready for the trip down to Ohio. So there we go. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great night.